What's up YouTube? This is GalacticGod, and with the 150th YCS right upon us, I thought it would be a good time to maybe tell you a funny story about what happened to me one time when I went into time at a tournament. Now this actually happened at an Anaheim Regional a few formats back. Basically we were going into the third round, my opponent was going first, and the first card that he decided to activate was Upstart Goblin. He draws his card really fast, kind of looks at it, shuffles it into his hand, and then time is called before he can even make another kind of action. And he kind of looks up at me like with this look of horror like, oh my gosh, I just gave you 1,000 life points and time was called. Now of course we still have our 5 turns or whatever to make plays, but to automatically give your opponent 1,000 life points right away is kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. Now normally, even though he had already looked at the card, I probably would have let him take back the move if he wanted to, but as chance would happen to have it, he actually shuffled the card within his hand. So I would have no way of knowing if the card he was putting back on top of his deck was the one that he drew with Upstart, or if it was just whatever one he didn't really need at the time. So play goes back and forth between us for a couple of turns, and eventually my opponent is able to hit me directly with a Madolche, dealing a damage of 1,600 life points to me, thus now putting me below him by 600. So he sets one card, passes, and play goes back to me. I'm actually able to summon a Constellar Pollux, followed by Constellar Costs, and then I go ahead and go into Gaga Cowboy. At that point, my opponent tries to compulse my monster. I play my Forbidden Lance, saving him, and I'm able to do 800 more points of damage to my opponent's life points, thus now putting him 200 life points lower than me. I pass turn back to my opponent, he draws, looks at the cards in his hand, and ultimately has to concede the duel. Now of course it's kind of hard to say, but if my opponent never activated that Upstart Goblin right before time was called, it could be possible that he would be the one with more life points at the end, as I would have only been able to use my Gaga Cowboy for 800 points of damage, and he got in with a 1,600 attack. So in the comment section below, let me know the craziest turn of events that have ever happened to you once time was called. And also, if any of you are going to the 150th YCS, I just want to say good luck, and I hope you guys all have a great time at that big event. And I guess that's it for now. This is GalacticGod, out.